All right, folks. Woke up with a bad migraine, got a stretch on, and I figured I'd show you how I do this. We're drafting, maybe this is for the annals of history. I don't know why we're doing this, but we're drafting 10 DraftKings best balls at the same time. What's going on is you're seeing my main monitor. You can see how I have it. We got 7 teams. On my laptop screen is the other 3 teams. So, can you even see this? I don't know. Will this be good content? Maybe not. But I figured I'd show you guys how we're doing this. Will not be interacting with comments too much on this. What I like to do is I like to keep it on the roster tab so that when these things get cooking, I know what my roster is. Can you guys even see this? Let me know. This is the best I can display, I think. Like if I make myself too big, it's no-go. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, GM. 16,000. Yeah, folks, you're not going to be able to see. And honestly, this might be bad content. I need to draft 20 more DraftKings teams, and this is how I'm doing it. I'm doing one batch of 10 now. And if I feel like I have the time, maybe I'll do 2 smaller batches of 5 later. Or maybe I'll just rip another batch of 10. Or maybe I'll rip like a batch of 9 in single draft. My last one is for the DraftKings Millie Maker. We got a team at the 12th hole. Whenever you're doing this, you're always rooting for teams at the 1 hole or the 12th hole. Just makes your life a lot easier. Go Big Mike. Am I maxing the sprint? No. I might not get a single team in the sprint. Priority for me, finish DraftKings, finish drafters, see what time is left. Oh, yeah. Just keep in mind, I've done batches of 20 to 25. Yeah, Travis Hunter and Devonta Smith. Hunter has fallen really far in DraftKings. I did a 5-5-5 last night. I took Rashee Rice, so we'll see how the team goes. But pretty soon, I'm just going to have to minimize the StreamYard window in total. A lot of early risers on this channel. Football starts tomorrow. Oh my God, man. I still need to draft like 70 teams. Let's do Tet. I'll tell you what, doing a lot of these, this is one way to get some good variety in your picks. Because, when you draft one team at a time, you can keep on drafting a guy. But here you're like, do I really want to keep on taking Marvin Harrison? Michael, thanks for joining. But I'm going to tell you right now, I have no idea the usernames of anyone. Man, Chase Brown's ADP is insane on DraftKings. I didn't get a haircut. This is just bedhead. I need a haircut. Fight the good fight, Brian. I'm sure it gets better. I have a sister. I seem to remember a lot of yelling growing up. to get a triple running back start. One of the worst things about the DraftKings drafts is that it makes you wait 2 full minutes for a draft to fill. It's like, bruh, really? We all signed up for this. Maybe I get it in like May when things feel slow, but 2 minutes? I've officially been marked free from slow draft hell. Let's do London this time. I think Achan's a jam, but the other players are good too. I should have showed you guys how I do this. What you do is you open a tab to enter, and then you duplicate that tab 10 times. And then you just click enter in all of them. If I had done this around like lunch or at night, they would have all snap filled. But yeah, we're going to have to wait a little bit. I am teaching the youth at like, I think my class starts at 8:40. So there's a deadline to get these teams in. Oh, I think Michael said his name is Only Winners Gets Wings, and he's tanking the max clock here at 3. What are you doing, Michael? All eyes on you. It's like this is like the stock market trading screen. I feel like DraftKings is a better platform to take big risers like Ibuka because everyone sucks anyway, so who cares? When are they going to start teaching best ball in schools? If you think about it, chess is teaching you about best ball. Chess is just making you a more logical person, so we're helping the kids in multiple ways here. We're teaching kids to be kinder. That's a big one in middle school. Because what happens is someone will win in chess, and then they'll tell the other kid they suck. And then I'll have to tell them, I'll have to get real serious with them and say, do you want people to like you? Because people are not going to like you if you are being mean to them. You know, I love that you're good at chess, but we are not going to be telling kids that they suck and making kids cry. Okay. Because, of course, although it's not true, many people equate being good at chess with being smart. And so when they lose, they feel like they're dumber than someone, which is a logical thing for a kid to think. You know what? We'll rip Garrett Wilson here. Why not? 3 running backs and Garrett Wilson, one of our only Garrett Wilson teams. So, yeah, it can be tough to lose a chess game. Hunter as wide receiver 3. I'm betting on Travis Hunter, man. Yeah, so 7 is manageable. Not going to lie, 10 gets a little hectic. J-Mo and Garrett Wilson, 2 guys who balance each other out. At the top of the DraftKings screen, which maybe you can see, maybe you can't, it kind of tells you when you're on the clock. However, it lags. See, I still think Tyreek's a worthy pick here, but I just know that Tyreek falls to the 4th round a lot, so we're going to try to get him there. We want Kyron. We don't go Kyron a ton. But we don't want 5 trillion% James Cook and no Kyron. We're putting a lot into James Cook. Really like his week 15, week 16 matchup. It's getting a little laggy on me. Not going to lie. If it gets super laggy, wow. A.J. Brown to go with Jamar Chase. Let's go Josh Allen too. Josh Allen, A.J. Brown, Jamar Chase. Week 17 correlation and Jamar Chase. Who, Josh Allen, Jamar Chase. That's how we won BBM2, baby. Let's run it back. A.J. Brown has been a guy I have windmilled in every year, and I just don't have as much this year. How am I feeling about Reed? I draft him still, man. I draft him. Do I feel great? No. Okay, we got 7 filled, which means we are officially going to have to minimize the chat here sooner than later. I've minimized my camera fully, so I can only see the chat. But once all 10 of these are going, I'm just going to have to draft. The other thing that I am susceptible in these is getting boxed out at quarterback. Because obviously I'm not paying the closest attention to what other people are doing. So is doing batches of 10 as good as doing a single one? Of course not, but it's good enough. And the people are bad enough. We had our first one filled on the bottom. What is this, 4th round Tyreek? Let's get it. If we had gotten this news that Tyreek was not a team captain earlier, my God. We went risky there, by the way. We have Jeanty, Cook, Puka, Marv, Hunter, Devonta Smith, Jennings, Myers, Jaden Reed, Shaheed. One of the best things you can do is help yourself and throw your quarterbacks in the queue. The dream for me is that Love and Trevor wrap around on that one. Oh my God, man. This is so laggy right now. Let's just take Charbonnet. Gibbs Achane is just so fun. I'm familiar with how these rooms should move. Oh, wow. We're quite lucky for this one, actually. We have several teams that are either in the 1 spot or 12 spot, which makes this so much easier versus like a bunch of teams at like the 6 spot. But yeah, I think the streaming along with the 10 drafts is zapping my laptop a little bit. So if I'm unable to draft these teams, I do value the teams over the stream. So I will cut the stream if that happens, but we'll try, folks. What I did with A.J. Brown and Ladd is I have Ladd ranked 1 spot higher on PPR. I have A.J. Brown ranked 1 spot higher on half-point PPR. Seems logical. Value them as similar assets. Oh, my Lord, man. Yeah, this is getting... I've done several batches of 10, and it doesn't lag this much. So I think my computer is just like, you've reached your max, sir. I need to get a desktop. Gibbs, Achane, we'll throw Lamar on that one. Byshell Tootin is a guy who I don't have a lot on Best Ball Mania. I'm at like the field, but I feel like he's one of my highest exposed players on other sites. Let's just do RJ Harvey in this one. Let's do Brees Hall. And sure, we'll take Alvin Kamara this time. Okay, we got Love. But we didn't get Trevor. Okay, I'm minimizing the stream. Catch back up with the chat once I finish these drafts. One of the best feelings in the world when you're doing this exercise is a draft finishing. My presets are set at 3-6-8-3 if I do auto draft a player. Meaning 3 quarterbacks, 6 running backs, 8 wideouts, 3 tight ends. We got Gene T. Puka start on the bottom. Still waiting for one more to fill on the bottom, too. Okay, let's just get a quarterback here. We have a Monra, so let's just take Goff. That's something I tend to do when I'm doing this is just grab a quarterback because I know I won't have the bandwidth to know exactly who to grab. We'll grab Fields, right? Because I don't want like just a pure dead team. And I feel like even if I only have one quarterback, I'll probably end up with whatever, Sam Darnold or something, Aaron Rodgers is QB2. Then if I drafted league winners at the skill positions, okay, we're going to get into the playoffs. Let's do the Miami thing on this team. All right, we got all 12 cooking, and we got another 12 spot. Wow, super lucky today, this morning. Devontae Adams in the 4th. We'll throw Zay Flowers in the queue on the Lamar team. Yeah, we have a couple in the 12 hole and a couple in the 1 hole, which again is just makes my life a lot easier. Totally out of my control. It just kind of prevents log jams occurring where when you're doing this, it's inevitable. You'll be on the clock at it only happens a couple times, but you'll be on the clock at 8 drafts at the same time. And then you'll have to be like Neo from the Matrix, like boom, boom, boom. When one of these teams wins the DK Millie Maker, there'll be documentaries studying this stream. Okay, this team, we're just going to take Penix and Ginty. I don't think Penix stacks at all. But again, we don't want dead teams. Geno stacks with Ginty. Did we have Mooney? No, but we could always try to get like Ray McLeod. Like we could get Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts' ADP on DraftKings is insane. They're believers. I'll say that. His ADP is like 30 spots higher on DraftKings. I could pull up my stream on my phone if I could find my phone. Maybe that's what I'll do. And that way I can see comments. I'll pull up my stream muted on my phone. You guys are not forgotten. Don't think you'll get this content literally anywhere else. We're going to go Goff with JMO there, along with having Fields with Garrett Wilson. I feel like a meerkat when I do this. Oh, we just got a neighbor's Puka team. I say that because I'm like scanning the things. Okay, we got the chat up if there's any downtime. Okay, this team is Josh Allen, Brees, Kamara, Jamar Chase, AJ Brown. I'm just going to, obviously I like guys like Rome and Co better, but do we take Shakir and Keon here for the stack? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Who cares? There's some chance both those guys would have made it around, but not a big chance. Feels comfy having that game week 7. You know, that's a game that doesn't get a lot of hype, but you might need to win. Bills Eagles. We literally saw that the last time they played in the regular season. The game went to overtime and it was a shootout. Could be a year you need Josh or Hurts. You know, how many points do you guys think you need from your elite quarterback to make it worth it week 17? Do you need 30? Do you need 40? You're spending a second round price tag. A third round price tag often. Right. And that, like, pulling up Shakir and Keon over guys like Rome Odunze was on the board, and I did that. Chris Olave was on the board. That's something someone more rigid wouldn't do. Oh, we got another 12 spot. It used to be if you miss a pick on DraftKings, you get put on auto draft or miss like 2 picks. Now it's like you can miss 500 picks. I think the literal number is 7. This one's in round 16, so that's nice. Kind of like doing this with the chat. Doesn't make it seem as insane when I talk out the thoughts. When you just do this by yourself, you're kind of like, man, that grass I need to touch can't get here soon enough. Okay, I really want another coffee. However, we are doing 10 drafts. Conundrums. What does this team need? I didn't hate a third quarterback. Bryce, Gino. Wouldn't hate a tight end. Let's do Goddard. See, everything goes swimmingly, but when you do need to pause for a second and think, like, who is the quarterback I need? That's when they can get you. Bunch of reasonable teams. I'll just read off some rosters. Josh Allen, Brees, Kamara, Chase, A.J. Brown, Shakir, Keon, Lamar, Gibbs, Achane, Adams, Zay, Rome, Olave, Cook, Puka, Monra, Hunter, Kittle, Pearsall, Cook, Neighbors, Puka, Monra, Jaden, Ginty, Henderson, Puka. Okay, this team needs a quarterback. See, pulling up Shakir and Keon feels better when guys like Juwan Jennings just makes it all the way back. If I had done this later in the day, pretty much all of them would have been in the same round. But because it's so early, like one's in round 17, one's in round 3. You know what? We're doing Joe Mixon and Dameon Pierce on this team. I've not been doing Joe Mixon, but you gotta do him once in a while at the end of drafts. Especially after I tweeted out the Rashad Penny game logs. I think I'm just gonna take Purdy at pick 80 on this one team. You know, like who cares? You just don't get him later on DK. Trying to get Rice at pick 80 plus. I think Rice is a first round talent in fantasy football, but it would be quite funny if he is not a good pick. Okay, who's our quarterback here? Herbert, May, Trevor. Let's do May. Put Stroud in the queue. I don't have that much Tet in Best Ball Mania. I think if he's a win, it will be via target. So I'm getting more on DraftKings. You know, it'll be more like 8 for 80 game logs. That's 16 points on DraftKings. That's 12 on Underdog. Darius Slayton can beat that with a touchdown, you know? Gotta know what game you're playing. Again, you guys are only seeing 7 of these. I'll pull, as teams finish on the top, I'll pull these teams on the bottom up. Obsessed with the idea of someone discovering my channel for the first time and being like, what in the hell is this? You know what? Fine. What if Daniel Jones plays the whole season? We have Josh Downs on this team. Wow, Purdy falls to pick 120 in this one. And we get Loveland for the stack to go with Jennings. You do enough of these, you'll see crazy things. I think we got Fields here, so we'll take Mason Taylor, third tight end. Okay, one needs to be a tight end. We'll go Juwan Johnson. Why not? And we'll take Blake Corum. Boom, that one's done. Will Shipley. Let's just take Rice this time. Okay, we got 2 on the bottom now. Stroud to go with Nico. Things I scan for quickly is what is my roster construction? Who are my stacks? Who's on the team? Yeah, I think we'll go Mr. Goff. So many of these, the running backs and tight ends fly off the shelves. There's really no third quarterback for this team with Fields and Goff. But Fields and Goff is fine. They could be a smash together. Let's build a running back heavy one. Let's go Jalen Warren and Jordan Mason and just see if we can get. Sometimes you can like do that and then people panic and the wide receivers fall like Juwan Jennings and co. You can get a real super team that way. Does MVS on the 49ers interest me? He does not. Kendrick Bourne would, though. Russell Gage also has very minor intrigue. But, almost all these guys are just going to be early season guys. We do have Tyreek, so we're just taking Tua. It's above his ADP, but who cares? Taking a quarterback around above his ADP is not that big a deal if it's being rarely done. You're just hoping that the player that most people select the quarterback in, you're hoping like that round doesn't have any league winners. If y'all know what I'm saying. Harvey also will fall in these. People just, big J.K. Dobbins at work, I guess. I used to do this without rankings, and I would do batches of 20 on my phone. That was way harder. I'm still tooting over blue. It's close, though. They're obviously both fun. Harold Fannin to go with Kraft. We're on 3 quarterbacks with Lamar there just because Goff fell so far past ADP. Balances out some of my 2 quarterback thin teams that I do a lot. Yeah, like if you draft on multi-platforms, guys, it's totally fine to get your exposure to players elsewhere. Again, by Shell Tootin, I don't have that much in underdog, and the one of the biggest reasons why is I did a ton of teams in May and June when his ADP was like 100, right? So I'd probably done like 75 or so teams, and I had almost no Tootin at that price. On DraftKings right now, he's fallen to like the 130s, 140s, 150s. So he's probably one of the players I draft the most. Obviously, we love Ayuk, but we think he'll fall and we need running backs. I don't know, man. Ayuk, we're getting a little cold feet. Let's go Mooney. We'll do Loveland. It's kind of nice when they don't all go at the same round because I'm at different spots in the draft. What's this team need? Would like a third quarterback, but that doesn't really exist unless I'm going to take Kirk Cousins, which I have taken Kirk Cousins once or twice. Richardson's here too. Seems like the team's not giving Richardson a fair shake, though. Maybe we just take a running back. Dylan Sampson, another guy I don't have a lot on other platforms. Getting more on DraftKings. We've completed 2, so we're down to 8. 7 I find very manageable. Just because they all fit on one screen. Let's take Tyler Algier. Take Hollywood. This one's in round 20, so we're going to have all 7 on the big screen in a moment here. What's this team need? Oh, third tight end for sure. Goff, Penix, Daniel Jones. Yikes. This team needs a quarterback. Purdy, Caleb. We do have Jennings, so let's just take Purdy. There gets a point where you're just like indifferent on the skill players and you're like, okay, I'll just take the quarterback here. Oops. Sure, it's fine. I got Jaden Daniels. Ramondre, Burden. Both these guys are free here, huh? We have Caleb, so we'll take Burden. All right, we got all 7 on the big screen now. Let's see. Round 10, round 8, round 12, round 15, 16, 13, 14. A little hodgepodge. This will wake you up. Drake Bay, Hunter Henry. Sometimes it's easy, folks. We'll go Rashid Shaheed on that one. We'll throw Love in the queue. Can't wait to get a comment like, if I drafted 10 teams like this, I would win too. No one's stopping you, big dog. Get in here. No one is stopping you. Okay, this team needs tight ends. I'm still drafting Kate Otten. I might be buying a 0, but I mean, no one is stopping him from having a good start to the year with Godwin. Rashad White may be questionable. You know, just need him healthy. Okay, this team needs tight ends. I wouldn't hate a third quarterback here. Aaron Rodgers and Dart. Any stacks? No. All right, we're going to do Fannin, and we'll do Jatavian Sanders this time. Could have a strong role with Coker hurt. Let's see. This team needs running backs and tight end. We'll do Ertz. This team needs wide receivers and a tight end. Also wouldn't hate a third quarterback. So we'll do Rodgers and Jonnu. Break glass in case of emergency stack. We'll take Goff here. And we'll take Kraft this time. Kraft and Loveland I like similar. I just end up taking more Loveland. So kind of mix that up. Okay. This team could use a second quarterback. Geno is the dream here to go with Gene T. I think we'll go Geno and Stafford. Stafford with Stafford's ADP has jumped 20 spots. Stafford to go with Puka. This team needs a tight end. Harold Fannin. Harold Fannin, another guy, have almost none in Best Ball Mania. Getting him more on my later drafts and in PPR. This is why, save teams for late, save draft teams early. Best of both worlds. Okay, this team over here needs a second quarterback. Of course, Trevor's there. Let's take Jaden Blue. We need tight end. We need running back. We'll take Rashad White. Someone said this is a fever dream. You thought you were waking up to a nice, relaxing stream? Incorrect, sir. Okay, so this team we have Neighbors, Puka, Tyreek, so we can do Tua here, and maybe we do that. But we could also take Trevor, who's here, and Backstep. No, Penix is here now. You know what? Let's just take Kincaid, figure it out later. Stafford should be there at least. We're risking that team. We always got Dart if we need it. What does this team need? Needs wide receivers and running back. Take Torrey Horton. Drake May, Stroud, Tua. Okay, Malik Washington goes. Was going to put him in the queue. We're almost freed, folks. This team needs, I think, running backs and wide receiver. Probably mostly wide receiver. Round 17, 16, 18, 19, 15, 11, and 12. We'll take Yoshi Voss and Bashard Smith. Let's take Ray McLeod and Taj Brooks. We'll take Likely with Lamar. Okay, we'll go Love with Kraft. And Tootin. This team has 4 wide receivers. My God. I don't know what happened here. Jaden, Gino, Stafford. All right, we'll take Pat Bryant and Alec Iamanor. Iamanor is not a guy I have a ton of. Does seem like he's going to be the wide receiver 2 / yeah, probably the 2 eventually. Might start as the 3. And if the Titans are good, could punish me. So we're getting some. Really jumped his ranking after the preseason game, but I did think it was a little, despite people liking the prospect, it was a little wish casting before that, I thought. Okay, we need a quarterback here. We're just going to take Penix. Okay, we're in round 20 here. Probably just go another running back. This team needs running backs and tight ends. We'll take Roshan Johnson. He could be a 0, but maybe not. Jonnu is a 3rd tight end we actually like. Gino, Stafford. We'll take Stafford with Puka there. Okay. We're down to 6. Again, we got pretty lucky on this session where a lot of the teams were in the 12 hole or the 1 hole, so pretty nice. 69 of you watching right now. Like for my sanity. Probably do another running back on this team. Could do a 4th tight end too. Okay, round 20, 18, 19, 17, 13, and 15. Jahan Dotson sighting. The game is beatable. I could go another wide receiver too. There's validity to it all. You know what? Fine. We'll do Tutu Atwell on this team. What are we cooking with over here? Purdy, Goff, Rodgers. Take Calvin Austin, Sean Tucker. Take Tutu over here. The Tutu Ray McLeod stack for $2 million. Let's do Kendra this time. Kendra is a guy, I have a ton of Kendra in the big board. And I was drafting him early. Wouldn't hate the 3rd quarterback. Do we have Tyreek on this team? No. Is Bryce Young available? No. Okay, we'll go Ray Davis and Hunter Henry. So it looks like we're rocking with Goff and Love. Well, I could have taken Stafford with Puka. We'll throw him in the queue. See if he makes it back. This team needs running backs and tight ends. Let's go Shipley first. Purdy, Penix, Stafford. We're going to put Ray McLeod in the queue because I don't think I drafted a Falcon. We need a tight end here. Theo Johnson. Cool. Oh, yeah, we need wide receivers here too. Who's our quarterback? Stafford and Geno. We don't care. We're going to take Malik Washington. Seven wide receivers on this team. Puka, Amon-Ra, Hunter, Pearsall, Addison, Yoshi Voss, and Calvin Austin. Could work. 3773. Fareed won BBM2 at the 3663. It's a good team to add Corum or Hunter to as well. Round 19. Gibbs, Achan, Tootin, White, Kendre. Yeah, I think we'll just do one running back, one wide receiver. Lamar, Caleb, Goff. Sure, we'll do Malik Washington again. We'll put Sean Tucker, try to get that weird Week 17 correlation. Tucker, Washington. Sounds like a president. Like, subscribe, join the Discord. Link is below. We went over Survivor strategy yesterday. If you missed it, for the Splash Sports contest. Seems fun. Had some good comments on the video. Around 19, 18, 15, and 16. If I ever need to plead insanity, I can submit this video as evidence. Kidding. We're going to try to take Corum and Jarquez Hunter on this team. We don't care who the backup is. We just want it to be one of them. Okay, Rogers and Dart are here. Definitely going to take one. Guess we'll take Rogers. We'll go Keaton. Plan to backstack Rogers. We'll put Pat Fryermuth in the queue. Yeah, we're going to try to stack Rogers a lot. I mean, what's his face? Stafford a lot. This queue is Ray McLeod, Corum, Hunter, Higbee. We're just stacking that game with weird pieces. Seems good to me. Okay, we said running back over here. Let's take Kyle Monangai to protect the Roshan Johnson shares. That's another team that I would be willing to take Monangai and Roshan. This team has Caleb Williams on it. I guess I can unminimize my StreamYard now. Okay. This team needs a tight end and a wide receiver. How many BBMs left? I maxed over the Labor Day weekend. Okay, Higbee. Dontavian Wicks. Ray McLeod to get Penix stacked. 2 more picks here. We'll plan to do Higbee and Hunter to go with Stafford. Boom. Running back room of Cook, Montgomery, Jaden Blue, Shipley, Corum, Hunter. It's not good, but it could maybe work. I don't think if I had Penix already stacked, I would not have taken another wide receiver. I would have taken 2 more running backs, but is what it is. Feels comfy to get Ray. Just got to hope Cook and Montgomery can carry the load, and then Blue, Shipley, Corum / Hunter turn into something. What are we doing on this team? Oh, yeah. We want to take Pat Fryermuth. And let's take Calvin Austin. And let's also try to get Roman Wilson. Another situation where I'm not really sure the breakdown. But concentrated team bet on a cheap team seems logical. This team is Goff, Cook, Harvey, Puka, Amon-Ra, Tet, Kraft, Hunter, Keon, Shakir, Love, Tootin, Ray, Henry, Rogers, Keaton, Mitchell. So we do need one more running back for sure. No one that I'm like pounding the table for, though. So we'll do Pat Freiermuth, and Calvin Austin has a higher ADP. So we'll do him first. Plan to end it with Robin and a running back. Just put some guys in there. Figure it out later. Right? You would draft this team, right? Goff, Cook, Harvey, Puka, Amon-Ra, Tet, Kraft, Hunter. Pretty nice starting lineup. Our third RB is Tootin. We got Cook and Ray. Again, it's a little thin at running back. Most of these teams I drafted today are a little thin at running back. I guess I can stop sharing my whole entire screen. And we can start sharing a single window. Let's toggle. You know what's really crazy is some chess players in the world, like the really good ones, they can play multiple games of blindfold at the same time. They can cycle through the board in their brain. I can play one game of blindfold not that well. I've not practiced it that much. But yeah, like I've beaten like friends of mine blindfold chess. But they can cycle through sometimes like 10, 20 boards. That is crazy to me. Quite like this, what I did with this team. Just stacking up the Rams Falcons game. Could be a game you need to have stacked to win. It's going great, man. First chess tournament this Saturday. What a week. Finishing best ball. NFL kicks off. First chess tournament. Living the dream. Okay, who's the running back we want? Is Justice Hill available? No. Nez sent me something funny yesterday. This guy's name on Underdog is E4, E5, Knight F3, Knight C6. Okay, Roman Wilson. And sure, Rashard Smith. Boom. I realized yesterday on stream I promised you guys a chess game. Let's do that now. We'll open up with C4. This is 3 + 2. Knight c6 makes me worried that this guy's cheating. Let's see how many games he's played. Okay, he's played 20,000 games. Very unlikely to be cheating. If they've played like 12 games and they play some weird stuff, that's when you're like, what's going on here? So I want a castle. Then he's going to play e4, knight g5, h6, knight h3, knight f4. Seems fine. My plan is e3, d4. Okay, e3, e4, and then he might try knight b4 to get into d3. E3, knight b4, d4. Yeah, I think we can get away with this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Giving us options. D5. Grabbing space. Take. Take. Queen c2. D5. Knight e7. We'll take today. I 1% misplayed this, but he's going to play this. Okay, fine. We'll play a3, b4, c5, bishop b2. I didn't want to trade queens. I wanted to play queen c2. I'm getting low on time. Not easy to do this and stream. Plan is knight here, win the bishop, and double attack the pawn. One, two, one. Pretty much has to play this. We are threatening to win the bishop with c5, knight b4. So let's play knight h4. Knight h4, g5, knight g6. Yeah, we do escape. Right, but c5, b4, and we win the bishop. So this guy's in trouble right now. Although c5, b4, he's going to play this move bishop b3, which is annoying. c5, knight takes. We're cool with that. c5, bishop takes. Take. Oh, this is getting complicated, huh? Huh, big dog? Okay, we trade first so that he can't take my rook. Nah, this still doesn't work because he has this check. Ah, but he did this. Think we're better here, but it's getting complicated. We also have 11 seconds. We need to get this bishop out. I should have just taken this F pawn earlier. Because when this F pawn falls, this E pawn falls too. But he can't really defend it. Yeah, we're better here, but we are low on time. Because his castle is falling now. We have the bishop pair, considered an advantage in chess. Obviously, our rook sucks right now, so we need to get that better. Why did we not just take? The rook is pinned. But bishop takes might win material now. But now it's getting complicated because we're down a pawn, and these guys are no bueno. Okay. If we can win these pawns, we win. If not, we lose. Get behind the pawns. Okay, I think I'm going to sack the... Oh, why did I do that? We were winning. Oh, we're still good. Okay, 4 pawns versus a rook is probably winning for us. It is not easy, though. That was maybe a mistake by me. We got to get all these pawns going. Um... Now we're in trouble. I flagged. Yeah, we were winning. I messed up, though. So here... Yeah, he blundered. And I should have just taken that pawn right away. Yeah, and pieces pinned, right? Pinned pieces don't protect. So this bishop is here, but here I take, and you can't take because you lose the rook. So the thing is, if I take this, now it's pretty easy because I can trade on my terms. Still, though, we got here, and now we found a way to win a pawn. And yeah, I let the king get in. So that's why the move e4 or g4 is good, because we want to keep this king at bay and then just bring our king slowly over and win this pawn and use our majority. Yeah, and then I can't move this rook, right? Because if I just chill here, he can't make progress. And if slowly but surely I can bring my king over here. Engine does say we're losing with the pawns. Now it says it's a draw. It wanted me to do this. Yeah, this stuff's super complicated. All right, I got one more in me. Gotta try to end on a win. See, this guy's played 113 games. Potential cheating is high. Playing a Sicilian. I hate this stuff. This is the Rossalimo. I honestly like playing it in Blitz because I don't really know what I'm doing. And so I can practice here. I think we've already messed up. Is our plan. Doesn't seem so bad. We'll get castled here. I gotta move quicker than I did last game. Okay, this move was terrible. So we want to play here, but this is... And this is coming too. Let's go. God, man. Let's go here. He's at least weakening his king to do this. But yeah, positionally, this is bad. This is a move you do in a lot of these. I need to get my bishop here to get this knight off the board. Or maybe I should have played knight here. Let's do that. We can challenge this knight. God, man, all my alarms are going off to get up. I woke up at I just had a headache, so I woke up really early. What in the hell? Yeah, I think it was a mistake to allow me to get this knight here. But now he's going to challenge it and then come here. So... but now we have this maybe. So we could go knight here, pawn here. That's not great for him. Queen here, pawn here, knight takes, pawn takes. Seems fine. I blundered. I'm going to lose the knight. God damn it. Yeah. The worst thing is when you see it yourself. I only looked at this. All right, well, we're going to lose. That's just a piece. But we can at least try to get things complicated. If he takes, I can take his bishop. Yeah, surprisingly, drafting 10 DraftKings teams and then playing chess is hard. When you're losing, just try to make things complicated. You got to try checkmate him. Is what it is. You're losing, right? Okay, he's going to take here. So we'll take here. We need lines open to the king. This is definitely not good. We're definitely still losing. Right? Infinite moves are winning for him. He can take here. He could take here. They all win. But we're going to try to trick him. Frazzle him. There's a minute on the clock. Anything can happen. Knight here. We'll go here. Okay, he takes. Which gives me this bishop. But then he forks me, is the point. What about queen here? So that when he takes, I take here? That doesn't work. Let's just take. Oh, wow. He didn't take here. I don't think he saw that move. Now we take with check so that when he does this, it's not a fork. We're back in this, folks. We are back in this. You know what's terrible, though, is we can't take this or we lose this bishop. So we bring it here. Yeah, we bring this bishop here, which sucks because it blocks our rook. I would say we're still a little worse, but considering we were just down a full piece, we did a good job complicating the game. Okay, he wants to trade this rook. He is afraid, which we will oblige because now we get to take this pawn with check. And he better not take because then we take and he loses his knight. Now we have to worry about this check. Okay, let's go bishop here. I should have gone here. That was a mistake playing bishop c8. We should have just given him this pawn. If he takes here, we go here. If he takes here, we take here. Plan is to take and open up the bishop. Get the rook in. Double attacking the knight. Check. King g7. Knight is trapped now. No, 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 no. No, no. So we tricked him. We are somehow winning. Check. Rook e7. Should have gone here. Our bishop's controlling the knight right now. That was a blunder. What the hell am I doing? Man, we lost. Did we lose? No, we drew. All right. Well, hey, for being down a piece, we battled back, right? We were winning there at the end. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see the pluses and minuses. But as you can see here, it says plus 0.4, plus 4.2, which means it thinks I'm roughly a worse here. But down away the water. And yeah, I had to escape with the draw. All right, folks, that's what I got for today. Probably have some week 1 Battle Royale streams later in the week. Peace out.